Okay, everybody, I've got a project for the sailboat. The wooden piece on the front where the bowsprit goes is rotten. So I'm going to try to make my own piece, a single piece, about 60 inches long, 18 inches wide. I'm going to try to get it out of this piece of wood. I've got this chainsaw mill. I'm going to mount this board on top to be a guide. And since this is also going to be my first attempt at doing a vacuum kiln to dry out the wood, I'm going to cut it thicker than I need. So I need about 2.5 inches thick finished product. So I'm going to cut this slab as thick as possible. You can see it's only going to be good for a certain amount. Never done it before. I don't know how this is going to work out, but maybe you can come along and learn something as I learn it. All right, so I got the board on there for the guide. I've got it sticking out a little bit to hold the weight of the chainsaw. Made a line that's level where I want to make the cut, and then I leveled the top of the board to that with screws and shims. I'm not going to film the cut. There's not much interesting about that, but we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so here's the piece that we cut out of this log. It's a pretty good plank. It's about 6 inches thick, and I think it's going to be beautiful. We got some voids in it, but we're probably going to just epoxy those when we get down to the final piece. But it came out relatively flat, relatively smooth. That's kind of a long cut. So we got it off the log and we're just smoothing it up. Okay, so now it's about a 6-inch slab, probably 6 feet long. We got it in this vacuum bag when we saw horses. We got some material here to let the air flow along the top surface. And then we've got a vacuum port. And then this is the vacuum pump that runs off of the air pressure. So the air comes in from the right. It creates a vacuum on the nozzle coming out the top, and the exhaust is on the left. So the idea behind all this is that over a course of just a few days, with this under vacuum, all the moisture, or at least enough of the moisture, will come out of this log or plank. And then it'll be usable. You can get it in the final shape that you want and use it for what you want. Otherwise, the rule of thumb is for every inch of thickness, you would take a year to air dry it. So 6 years to air dry this piece of wood versus, I don't know, we'll find out, but hopefully several days to have it under a vacuum. So we're just starting. This is the first day. It's probably been running maybe 6 hours. I want to record the rate of vacuum loss when I remove the vacuum. The reason I want to do this is going to be my indicator that it's dry, is when that vacuum loss doesn't really lose like this. I'm assuming I don't have any leaks. There's a check valve right here. So all of that alleged vacuum loss should be moisture outgassing of the log. And when that rate is very little or negligible, then you would assume that all the moisture is out of the log.